I was muted. What do you want from me?
Is he doing the show from there?
I don't know what he's doing. He's fucking around. He's not supposed to be in here.
I'll be 2 minutes.
He's supposed to have left by now. God, my hair looks so big. Look at the state of it. It looks like I've just got like hair. I'm just a ball of hair. Simon, what is this?
We should have shaved it off before you came on. That would have been the sensible thing.
Oh, I'm not convinced my husband would appreciate that, to be honest. I feel like he'd just think that he'd married a man. Can you imagine? Like, can you imagine me without any hair? I'd look like a boy. I'd look like a boy.
I have wondered about him on the odd occasion.
Yeah, so have I. He's got some serious man love stuff going on with other people, so nothing, love you. Please leave. Please leave now. Bye.
Get into your shed and turn your computer on.
Shed.
It's like, Michael Corleone in the Godfather. Just when I thought I was out, they dragged me back in.
Oh, James Caan played him, didn't he?
No, that wasn't.
No, I know. I'm being silly.
These are the references that I don't get.
Basically, Simon thinks
Get in your shed.
Well, I've told him, and he's not leaving. He's faffing. But Ross faffs a lot, so.
So, has he told you about shitting into a test tube?
Yeah, it was fucking disgusting. As soon as I came home, the first thing he did was tell me about his shit up this morning. And I was like, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to know. And he was like, and I was like, scooping up. Get it away from me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Was there
just a brown stain on the carpet and a test tube shadow where it was?
He was like, I felt like I needed a shower. I was like, I feel like I need a shower. You're just telling me the story. I feel like I need to go for a shower. It's disgusting.
Think about the poor person who had to look at it at the end. Probably had to kill it first.
Kill it with fire. Yeah, I'm recording.
Right, there you go.
I'm recording too. It's a three-way.
Is it?
You always dreamt of that, haven't you?
Well, I have dreamt of it, yeah, but it never included you, Simon.
No, please don't make eye contact, please. That'll just weird me out.
You sure what to say to any of this conversation? Cool. I really think you were down for a devil's three-way, but it's good to know.
A devil's three-way. We used to having the Transpennines between us.
I'm not as big as the Transpennines, you fucking wanker.
I think Fatima's tunnel's nowhere near as big.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Simon and Ross podcast. Joined as always by my esteemed friend and colleague, Mr. Simon Parker.
I'm a what? Collage? I'm a collage. Hi, Ross from across the Pennines.
We're also joined by a very special guest. That's right, it's another guest show. And this time, of all people, it's my wife.
My wife.
Please don't say it like that, because I don't feel like I married Borat.
Surprise.
God, horrible images.
So Fatima's been quite a long-standing fan of the podcast, is that fair to say?
I'm your first Patreon, right? So, yeah.
Good stuff. So you're well familiar with the format and how these things go.
So Fatima's here today to go through her top 5 movies. Aren't you, Fatima?
Yay! I'm so excited about this. Woo! I'm a little bit terrified. So if this turns out shit, feel free to not air it ever.
Well, you've already told Ross that we can't if it's shit anyway, so...
Yeah, I have. But, I'm just reiterating this point that if it's shit, we're not airing it, and no one will ever hear this.
But, so if in a week's time you're saying, "Oh, Ross, how's the edit? Simon mentioned how the editing's going," right? There's not enough good content for it. You wouldn't take offence.
No, but I will relegate you to the shed, as Simon calls it, for the rest of your life.
It's a bit
where
more
you'll be living.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Listen, if it's that bad that we can't put it out, it's as much our fault as it would be yours, I would argue.
And we don't care, so it's fine.
It's going out no matter how shit it is. That's what you're telling me right now.
Yeah, or we'll just cut all your bits out.
Great.
That's great. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you after the theme song.
Enjoy it, guys.
Right.
You aren't not good at these intros, are you?
I'm gonna absolutely like nail the outro this time.
Maybe,
So.
maybe
You
you
need
should
to do
just
some.
down.
Somewhat, sorry. I need to do somewhat.
You need to just write it down.
I do. I have done,
God.
but I still mess it up.
You need to spend some time looking in the mirror and
Naked.
and really doing some
Oh.
soul searching. You need to just practice it out loud. Just
Yeah.
before you go to bed at night, when you wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror and go, "Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Simon and York podcast. Joined as always." And it'll just flow. You won't even have to think about it.
That's right. I'll write the Twitter handle on my chest because I'll be completely naked, obviously.
And just do.
Yeah.
Maybe just get it tattooed on your chest. Please
Yeah.
don't do that.
No,
Don't do
no,
that.
I won't be
That's a
doing
bit
that.
lame. Don't do that.
So, Fatima, you're here to join us with your top 5 movies.
Yeah.
How did you,
Right. So,
how did you find it?
really hard. So Ross will attest to this. I am very non-committal when it comes to anything. Like, we watch a film, Ross is like, "How did you find that?" And I'm like, "Meh." So we go to the cinema. "How did you find that?" "Meh." So I'm really bad at like having any kind of opinion on films in general. I was like thinking to myself, "Oh, these guys have like really eclectic taste, and they're like really like artsy and indie films, and their choices are really good. So I'm gonna try and be like really intellectual." And then I was like, "You're a fucking moron. You have no intellectual options. There's the fact that you're basically a big child, and most of your favorite films are cartoons."
I don't think we've had any intellectual guests on.
No, I mean, maybe some of Michaela's choices were intellectual, but you know,
Fetishized cellulite and firehose penis.
yeah. I hovered over watching The Greasy Strangler the other day, and I thought, no, it looks terrible.
It just sounds like a really dodgy porn film.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure I want to watch.
Which are often the better ones.
They're the cheaper ones, anyway.
Guys, come on, you need to splash out on your porn a little bit. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's what I did, and I ruined them all.
Oh, nice.
It was VHS, so you know it's different times.
He hasn't been able to open the case, has he? Might as well be welded together then.
Crusted over the combination lock, so you know it's no good. So anyway, before we get on to that, are you ready?
Who are you? Where are you? Why are you? When are you? How are you? What is you? Who are you? Who are you? Where are you? Why are you? When are you? How are you? What is you? Say what is you? Who are you? Where are you? Why are you? When are you? How are you? What is you? I say what is you? Who are you? Where are you? Why are you? When are you? How are you? What is you? I say what is you?
Already forgotten what the first one was. Okay. How are you? I'm good. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm good. Where is you? Oh my god. What is you?
That's the last one, yeah.
Okay, so what is you? I am generally a female for the most part, I think. I'm pretty sure I'm female. I'm a scientist.
I can testify to that.
Yeah, my husband can testify to this.
Your husband can testify that you're generally a female.
Generally a female.
Right, okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm female. I'm
Okay.
going to answer the what is you question. When are you was another one. I am on the 29th of January 2021.
Okay.
When are you? Where are you? I'm currently in my kitchen in Allerton Bywater, which is a lovely little village just outside of Leeds. What was the other questions? What is you? When are you? How are you? Fuck.
So,
It's so hard to remember them all as well.
who are you?
Fatima, I've already said that.
Okay. Where are you? You've said.
Yeah.
Why are you?
That is the question that I ask myself on a regular basis. I do not know why I am, but I am.
Okay. That's fine. When are you? You've answered. How are you?
I'm pretty sure I answered that one as well. That was the first one I answered, and I'm
Okay.
good.
That's
I'm
fine.
good.
That will do then.
Oh, thank God. That was I feel like that was the bit I've been stressing about. I've been dreaming about this fucking song, trying to remember all the questions and never remember them and what order they go in.
Well, as a Patreon listener, you could have downloaded it and listened to it over and over again.
Maybe I should just say it as my ringtone, so whenever someone rings me, it's just that song constantly.
Correct. That's the right.
What surprises me is how sort of how many people sort of break this down systematically when it's an assault on the senses with a fair amount of sort of existential type questions, and everybody sort of reacts like Michael Parkinson sat there. And they're in a black room on a chair going, oh shit.
Very serious. I feel like Simon takes it very seriously that you have to answer all of the questions.
No.
Have to be answers that he approves of.
Well, there is that. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, it's like Michaela did a different. She sort of gave us a general answer for all of them, didn't she? Whereas everyone else has given us very specific answers.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Michaela's turned into a sort of story of birth
and conception.
Yeah.
Oh,
hello.
Are you picking up a police radio?
Yeah. Someone's about to break in 3 doors down.
You're not needed in Duke Street in Romley. It's not for you to respond. You are not the K9 unit. Did you pick some films that you might not have seen for like years and years and years, and that you just associate it with a particular time in your life?
I think most of them I haven't seen for years. They're just films that I really like. I don't know. You'll see. I think Ross will be able to guess quite a lot of these.
Well, I was actually going to say, to be honest, if somebody said, what do you think Fatima's top 5 films are? I'd really genuinely struggle, because there's so many times that we've watched films, and like I'll be, like I've said before, like I'll allow myself to be emotionally invested in whatever the subject matter is. So if it's scary, I'll be scared. If it's really happy, I'll be like, okay, come on, get in. Like I'm not afraid to shout at a film, like, come on, yes, come on, Buzz Lightyear.
I spend most of our times when we watch films together on the sofa waiting for a really emotional bit so that I can laugh at Ross when he cries, because I don't understand why he gets so emotionally invested in shit. Well, I'm just sat there and it's like a really emotional bit, and I'm sat there staring at him, waiting for his eyes to get watery, and then I'm like,
Well, he has said in the past that very often, especially when the example he used was Toy Story 4 at the end of it, and he basically said that he can sense you side-eyeing him to basically see what his emotion's going to be. Is that to like? Are you like a robot and you're trying to learn emotions from Ross?
I'm a psychopath.
Yeah.
And
So is it because he's like one edge of the scale and you're the other, or are you somewhere in between, or?
No, I don't really get it. I don't get as emotionally invested in things as Ross
see,
does.
there's a key element here that we're missing, right? And that is, right, you take any film, right? You take any film you want, whether it's a horror, a rom-com, a comedy, whatever, and if you swap those humans out for animals, I guarantee Fatima will have the emotional reaction.
Absolutely in bits. If it was animals and there was like an emotional investment required for me to be in the animal, then yeah, I'd be all over it. But people, I just don't like people. Sorry, I think people are knobs for the most part.
Well, yeah.
If that happens to them, then oh wow, to be you. But if you were a dog or a cat, I always get really angry.
Right. So I think I'm starting to guess your top 5 now.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
So, did you want to go through some of your rejects for us?
Yeah, I can do. Some of my rejects are like, I feel like you might be offended by one of my rejects.
Offended that you rejected it, or that it wasn't in the top 5, or?
Well, I mean, those are both the same option. So that I rejected
okay,
it and
okay,
enjoyed the top.
all right. Or that we just wouldn't like it at all. That it got that close.
I think you'd be offended that I didn't put it in my top 5.
Right.
I think
Okay.
it's been a reject.
So
Having listened to your previous ones, I think you're going to be like, "Are you being serious right now?"
if there's any Star Wars film in the reject, then I'm out.
Yeah.
So, did you want to give us some clues?
I mean, I kind of only did clues on a couple of them.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
So one of them is based on one of my favorite books. It's got like this famous quote in it, which is one of my favorite quotes, and it's, "He's more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same." It's considered a love story, but I actually think it's more of a hate story, which is why I like it so much. So yeah, it's quite old.
Right. So it's not.
I'm gonna. This is one of them where I'm gonna sort of take a step back for Simon's enjoyment and for the listeners to at least feel some tension. But I've got a pretty good idea about what this one is.
Yeah, I think you probably will.
So it's not Babe 2 Pig in the City.
How did you get it? That's
They would obviously talk about his soul, so yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The great thing about the Babe films is they really are hate films.
I suppose.
The way he trots around that city, just despising everything. It really is palpable, and how they put that across from a pig's perspective is even more impressive.
Yeah, but the bit in the first one where that sheepdog bites him on the leg, whoa, that's a hate crime.
Hate crime.
Oh my god, it's definitely discrimination of some type.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wrong in the world. I feel that scene.
Exactly.
That's not biting the pig on the leg.
So I have no idea what that film is. So have you got any more clues or?
It has, oh my god, what's his name? Ray Fiennes? Is that his name? You know who I mean. The guy that was in that shitty film you made me watch the other day, In Bruges. Oh my god, that was so boring. I was so
What?
bored. Nothing happened, Simon. I was so fucking bored. Like actually lost my words because he's so offended. Yeah.
No, I thought you didn't mind that film.
No, I was bored. I was absolutely bored. It's one of those kind of pretentious films. Like, I like Ray Fiennes and I like Colin Farrell because Colin Farrell is a beautiful man. But it was just one of those films where a lot of talking happens and nothing else.
So do you think it's fair to say that you don't like character-driven films? You prefer story-driven?
Yeah.
Unless that character is a pig or a dog.
Yeah, basically, or a rabbit. I mean, personally,
if it was two assassins, one was a camel and the other was a donkey, we'd be on for an absolute cracker.
You'll find if a camel or a donkey was an assassin, it'd be fucking shit. Neither of them are particularly good killers.
Yeah, the camel could hide a bomb in his hump.
Or it could store ammunition in his hump and fire it. Instead of spit, it's bullets.
I think this is like a Disney film in the making.
I'm copywriting it straight away.
Do it.
It's done. It's pretty much done. Who do we get to play the camel?
You?
No. It's someone less obvious.
Can it be a female assassin? Someone?
Of course, it's 2021. Of course, it can be.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to say a woman with beautiful humps, and then I kind of lost my train of thought.
Who would play a good female camel assassin? Renée Zellweger.
Because you.
What?
Okay.
I'm so confused. When was the last time you watched a film with Renée Zellweger in it?
Do I tell the truth or do I lie?
Bridget Jones, The Edge of Reason.
Let's be honest.
I don't even think I can think of a Renée Zellweger film that isn't Bridget Jones.
Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Judy Garland biopic.
Literally.
Yeah. Apparently she's very good. I've not seen it.
The thing is, she's not a bad actress, but Bridget Jones isn't easy to like, is it?
The problem is, Ross, this is a weird start, but it's not aimed at us two.
No.
It's not aimed at us two, which is fine, which is good. Again, 2021, it's allowed.
But it's interesting. It's interesting because
particularly enjoy it. I'm going to say that it's not really my kind of film.
no. We kind of actively go against, because obviously what you're saying is, well, it's more of a woman's film than it is a man's film, and there is a certain degree of sort of credence to that. But like, so let me use another example for that type of mindset, which Fatima and I sort of always laugh about on the sly. Is when I'm obviously my grandma, she uses a Kindle, and I download a lot of books for her, and she'll often call me and say, "Oh, Ross, can you put this book on my Kindle?" And we share an Amazon account, so I put it on mine, which means that she has it on hers. It's pretty high tech shit if you follow me.
I think you felt the need to explain all of that.
And so people listening going, "Fucking hell, can you do that?"
What is this witchcraft he speaks of?
Am I?
What is this Kindle thing he speaks of?
But yeah, quite often she'll say, "Yeah, I just read that book, Ross. I don't think it's one for you. Fatima might enjoy it, but yeah, it's more of a woman's book than a men's."
And I'm just like sat in the background going, "Nah, probably won't. Probably not going to be interested." I mean, no, it's not got dragons in it. I'm really not interested.
It takes everything to not sort of just return into Alan Partridge and go, "What, loads of women talking babbling crap?" No, thanks. See if you right. Okay, so your reject, Fatima. If it's what I think it is, I can give Simon another clue, and you can either say yes or no if this clue is bollocks. Yeah.
Right, so you're going to give her a clue. She's going to guess whether it's right or wrong, to then say that it's all right for me to have a clue.
Yeah, this is like an interdimensional clue.
Right. Okay. Go on then.
All right, go on.
So I would say a good clue would be that the two leading. I was saying that you said Ray Fiennes was in it.
Ray Fiennes, isn't it?
Maybe I'm not thinking of the same film then.
Okay, so there's like a really famous song which I think is Kate Bush does a song for this film.
No.
Oh, yeah. I know what it is now. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you know this.
We went to the place where it was written on our first date.
If I'm right in what I'm thinking, I don't think Kate Bush did a song for this film. I think she just did a song about
she
it.
Did
right.
a song about the book.
Right. Okay. So Wuthering Heights.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
I really like Wuthering Heights, and I really like the Ray Fiennes version.
Yeah, I've watched that. I've watched that.
So that was on my reject. I kind of ummed and ahed about that one. So another one of my rejects is Star Wars, but we're just gonna like kind of go past that. Moving on. And then another one I'll give you clues about. So it was filmed in 1986.
Okay.
It's considered it's a science fiction film, but Wikipedia calls it a science fiction psychological body horror, and I have no fucking idea what that means. But yeah, so I'm going with it. I don't know who the director is. I can read it to you. I don't know anything about him. David Cronenberg. There we go.
Cronenberg.
There we go. Yeah, that guy.
Scanners.
Nope.
Videodrome.
It's got Jeff Goldblum in it.
Oh, I'm getting better. The Fly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really, really like The Fly. I think it was one of the first horror sci-fi films that I watched. It really creeped me out. I had like it was just really creepy. And then when he's like, oh,
yeah,
like that.
So I just no.
You just sound like Nosferatu because this is your wife you're talking to. Dickhead.
Body horror tends to be where if something morphs into something else.
It's physical.
Yeah, so if like your arm turns into a dick or fucking why is dick always the default?
Why would your arm and also why would that be a horror?
That's a romantic comedy,
you
surely.
had another dick as your arm.
If you're a cook, you won't be able to cook anymore, would you?
Yeah, no, but then you just hire someone else because you'd have loads of money because you had a fucking dick as a
Yeah, I suppose there is. Just stay away. Just don't pinch the salt with it. Shrivel up like a slug.
Oh.
So, have you got any more rejects, or is that everything?
I've got a few more rejects, but I'll just read them out to you.
Okay, go on then.
Interview with the Vampire, which I really liked, but I think only because I really like the book.
Okay.
In your top 5.
Yeah, it's not. It was a contender. Labyrinth and Pan's Labyrinth, both of which were excellent films. I had a massive crush on David Bowie in Labyrinth.
Didn't we all? We all did.
I think he's so fucking weird and so fucking sexy that I don't know. And Edward was it? Those are my reject lists.
Did we miss the last one then?
Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, Edward Scissorhands.
I've never seen that all the way through.
Really?
I started about 3-4 times and turned it off.
I mean, it's not the best film. I'm gonna give you that.
What was that, Ross?
Hey?
What was that?
I said maybe you should start halfway through next time.
Or 15 minutes, since it doesn't sound like you got very far.
No, that's true. I don't get it. And I love Tim Burton films, but I can't stand that film.
If you watch it backwards, it's about a guy who's really, really happy about the fact that he's got scissors for hands and slowly becomes more and more bitter about it.
Bit like Benjamin Button, is that?
He gets clumsier. Really weird.
He's really good at fixing things up.
Yeah, and then he can barely cut someone's hair.
Yeah.
Fatima's top 5.
What the fuck happened? I actually thought up until this point that was a noise that you like made your computer do, but it's just you making strange noises into a mic.
The computer makes me do it.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay, so I can start with 5, I guess.
Let's start. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of.
Our list works.
Fuck you. I don't have a lot of what do you call them, majiggies?
Information.
Use them.
Information. Oh, right. Okay.
Information clues. That thing. I don't have many on this one, and I think you'll get it pretty quickly because I think it was on someone's top list. One of the top lists that you guys have done. So 2002. It was directed by Danny Boyle. Horror-ish film. And it has Chris Eccleston in it, who I fucking love, and Cillian Murphy, which will probably give you exactly what it is away.
I got it at I got it at Danny Boyle.
I think it was, to be fair.
So my guess is 28 days later.
Yes.
Yeah.
28 days later. I think it was the first like zombie film that I saw that I really enjoyed, because it wasn't just a zombie film. It was like a little bit more than that. So yeah, one of my favorite films.
This
I didn't enjoy 28 Weeks Later as much though. I'm just gonna say.
Nah.
This sparks a debate between Simon and I about zombies, because I massively prefer and find more entertaining, more scary zombies that are actually fast and will beat the living shit out of you. Whereas Simon prefers zombies that are just thick as fuck and dead slow moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like the standard. That's like the archetype.
That's George Romero type zombies.
Yeah.
But I also think it's gone the other way. I think now most zombie films, they all tend to be fast.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of flipped. Whereas I think with the slow zombies, I think it's more terrifying, because to be sneaked up on, a zombie that can barely walk is more terrifying than someone that can just like Zola Bud running after you. So I think that's the thing about it. When the fast ones catch you, you kind of almost expect it. Because they're fast, yeah. Whereas the slow ones, you must be in some real trouble if a slow zombie's caught with
thick as fuck. Maybe it's just
exactly.
Sprain both your ankles and you're cooking an egg with your headphones in.
Exactly. Which is your first thing you do in a zombie apocalypse, isn't it?
Obviously.
It's like a zombie apocalypse, and there's someone like that, like fucking Kylie Minogue on full.
I'm coming.
The gun's on the side with no bullets in it.
Isn't that the entire story to Zombieland?
And then they knock the olive oil off the table and just leave it dripping on the floor, ready to slip on when they need to run.
Yeah, but
if we're gonna have zombies, bring them on. Yeah, fucking duck and weave in between them. You could nut one, and they wouldn't do it. Dead soft as well, like really soft, like the Walking Dead zombies. They're sort of in between because they're not slow. And they're not fast.
There's the first title. Thank you very much, Ross. They're
There'll be better ones than that.
not slow. But not fast.
You wouldn't believe you had a film media studies thing.
Yeah, but that's like 12 words, so that fills up the page easily.
But but they're sort of in between, but they're also really mushy because people grab hold of them and crush their heads with their hands. Yeah, so they're obviously decomposing and rotting and that. But the 28 Days Later zombies, honestly, everyone would be fucked.
I mean, they were. That was the point of the film.
Yeah, but they were fucked in The Walking Dead as well. Like, I just think that it's, and you're right, there's more zombie films now that are like that, where they're more like berserker type zombies than they are, mindless sort of Frankenstein-esque zombies. But I still think that the faster ones are better. They are better films.
Oh, I don't know. I can't decide. I think,
name
to
me
be
a
honest,
film.
I think now zombie films are overdone. Like, now when you suggest watching a zombie film, I'm fucking bored. I don't want to watch it. I'm not interested. I just know.
Shall I leave?
But the thing is,
domestic,
you're
and then
right.
you come back.
You're right. Like, it is massively overdone. But for some reason, I'm just always drawn to it.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Shit. Never enjoy them.
I'm the same. I think there's too many of them. And especially with The Walking Dead going on for like 50 odd series, but I watch them every single time. And how many times have they remade The Night of the Living Dead and The Return of the Living Dead and things like that, which is a copyright thing, isn't it? Which is why they have to keep remaking it. But I watch it every single time they do it. And yeah, but slow zombies are terrifying. Can you imagine, like, looking out your window and seeing zombies like a mile away?
It gives you more time to be scared.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Fear. You're like, fuck. What am I gonna do?
What am I going? How many eggs do I need to boil before they get here?
Headphones on, olive oil.
Whereas the fast ones, you'd have no idea. So it's
your windows would be potted before you knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't have time to. They're in. There's nothing you can do. I think with slow zombies, they just walk into your window like that.
Also, have you noticed that with the slow zombies, there tends to be more of them? Like, it's like a lot of the times people just die because of the overwhelming numbers, as opposed to the fact that, like, there's just like really fast zombies or that they're really slow. It's just because there's so fucking many of them that you're gonna get killed. You can't escape them. There's too many.
Hordes.
That's what the word is that I was looking for. That's exactly what I was looking for, and that just reminded me that Resident Evil probably should have been on my list somewhere because I really liked the first Resident Evil film.
The Resident Evil film, the second one is genuinely one of my favorite films.
Was that Apocalypse?
It's the one where the guy from the first one's been turned into like the big one.
Oh, with the weird.
Yeah. No, I want to say April O'Neil, but that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, isn't it? Jill Valentine, yeah, it's the one with her in it, and I think that's my favourite one of a lot of them. I think that's a great one. But if you actually dissect it, it's pretty awful. The acting's quite terrible. and everything like that. But it is such a good film.
Yeah.
Jared Harris is the guy in the wheelchair.
Oh, we like Jared Harris, don't we?
He's all right.
Do you know who was it? Who was he married to? He was married to someone.
Avril
Lavigne.
He was married to somebody in a band.
That was all of Blink 182, wasn't it?
No, 41. And
that's the one.
Chad Kroger. You know that. Doom, 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 doom.
You know, every time he does this, I never know what he's coming.
And it goes.
He's so good, but I never get it. Like he always does this.
You know the one I mean?
And I'm like, I do.
Starts off really quiet.
The only Massive Attack song that I can think of
Don't say teardrop.
that is anything like you just said is Angel.
It might be that actually.
I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Right, share screen. Are you ready?
Ready?
Oh.
I've completely lost use of my mouse. Oh no, this was used on Snatch, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh.
What is happening?
That is true.
Not that, no?
I don't think that was it.
No, it's a.
That's what I've just played you, Ross.
I don't know what it is.
Fucking hell.
Why don't you just Google theme tune for
This passes time on the podcast.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the soundtrack, and it's there's like Brian Eno and mainly John Murphy, but I'm not seeing what I thought I would see. Oh, fucking hell, what is that song? No, it'll come to me. Fuck it. But, you know the one I mean. You both know the song I'm talking about, and it's definitely been used in. What's the theme tune to 28 Weeks Later?
I don't know, Ross.
you know.
28 weeks later. Soundtrack. Let's have a look. Wikipedia.
Fucking John Murphy again, isn't it?
Yeah, there's yes, yeah. We'll find that out later, shall we?
It's bugging me. I'm gonna have to come back to you on that because it's annoying the fuck out of me.
Fatima's number 4.
That sounded like you just farted in the mic, but sure.
Well,
Okay, so number 4 was produced by Emma Thomas. It was filmed in 6 countries, including Tokyo and Canada. It won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Cinematography, Best Sound Editing, Best Sound Mixing, and Best Visual Effects. Can you just tell that I just read Wikipedia and copied and pasted? And was nominated for 4 more. It has one of my favorite composers as the composer for the sound for it, who is Hans Zimmer. Fucking love Hans Zimmer. Yeah, I mean, I can give you another clue, but it would pretty much just give it away.
and do you know when it was released?
Oh yeah, shit. 2000. I forgot the year.
What was that? 2010. Right. Okay. Who was it directed by?
Yeah, see that's the one that I'll just give it away. The guy who's in it.
Go on.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. however you say his name, I'm not really sure. Elliot Page, formerly Ellen Page. Cillian Murphy again. Michael Caine. Oh my God, it's a Chris Nolan film. Fucking hell.
Well, what was it? Was it whispering, Michael Caine?
Or was it very shouty, Michael Caine?
Shall I get the Batmobile, Mr. Scum?
Shall I get the fucking Batmobile going?
You're only supposed to blow the fucking Batmobile doors off!
Whispery. Shouty! Whispery Caine. Whispery, shouty Caine!
I mean, your whispering doesn't sound like whispering. It very much sounds like you talking, but okay.
Whispery. Shouty!
What's the script? Right, okay, let's have a whisper. Shay! Whisper. Kermit! Whisper. Right, so it's basically picking which Batman film it is. So it's The Dark Knight.
No, it's not. It's The Dark Knight Rises.
It's not Batman.
Oh, is it Inception?
Yes.
Oh!
Oh, yeah, like, it's basically thinking which Batman film it is.
That's Simon caught with his knob out, if ever.
That just serves me right. That just serves me right for being slightly confident in anything ever. Oh dear.
Basically picking a film with the word labyrinth in it. Right, let's get down to brass tacks here. Which Batman is it? Because we all know.
No. Which Batman is it?
Well, you know what? You kind of fucked me there, Si, because when Fatima first said it, I thought, well, yeah, it's Inception. But then you said, well, which Batman? Well, it's one of the Batman films, and I thought, oh yeah. And then I started doubting whether or not Cillian Murphy was in Inception. And then I thought, well,
he was also in Batman.
Yeah, he was in Batman.
Yeah.
So was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He was in Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
He was.
He's that useless copper just running around.
Yeah.
He saves all the children.
Oh, he fannies
All the
around.
ones where he's Ellen Page.
Yeah, this keeps cropping up. Inception.
Has it been on 2 or 3 lists?
It was definitely on Frank's list. I think it was on
Was
someone
it?
else as well. Yeah,
Well,
I think so. Yeah.
Well, Batman was on Lewis's. Was Inception?
Oh yeah. I'm getting confused with Inception and Batman again. It's tell us why you like it then, and we will judge you.
I mean, I thought the concept was really good, and I think a lot of the visuals were really good. I enjoyed I think the idea of like lucid dreaming and someone being able to almost control your thoughts is kind of fucking terrifying, and I think that's why I enjoyed it, because that entire concept is a little bit scary. That's literally my only reason. Also, I just like Cillian Murphy and Leonardo DiCaprio, and the ending was really fucking annoying, but it was one of the, and Tom Hardy, it was one of the endings that I didn't hate as much as I hate normal endings, and I didn't feel the need to scream at the screen, which I do on a regular basis.
See, I did. We've talked about this now 3 times, but I wanted to scream at it. It's just like, fall over, and that answers it all.
Yeah, but I quite like that you left on like the edge.
Yeah.
So you could make your own decision about whether it fell over or not. I like to think it did, and that he was reunited with his family. But also equally like to think it didn't, and that he was left in a dream for the rest of his life, because that would be tragic.
Yeah, but I think that was the option. I think he was. I think it was a dream.
I think what worries me is if it was me in that position and I was actually stuck in a dream, for all eternity, the real me would be lying there going, "Ah!" Literally forever.
Apparently, that's what you do anyway, isn't it?
That's the most disturbing element for me. It's not about being stuck in a dream, it's what the real me is doing permanently.
Ross and his dreams. Ross has some very strange dreams.
We've completely forgotten about your dreams, haven't we?
The dream sex, yeah.
Have you got any new ones, Ross?
Yeah.
Stars in your eyes, little Ross. Where do you go to dream? To a place we all know, the land of Ross's dreams.
I'm just trying. I have talked about a few recently, but I haven't written any down. Fatima, you must be a member, so I've talked.
Didn't I have to like wake you up from a night terror recently? Did you tell him about the spider and the helicopter one?
No.
Oh, that was a really fucking weird dream.
Ross's face is telling me that you don't want me to tell you. He doesn't want you to tell me all of that.
No. It's, I just remembered another one actually when Francesco then. Yeah, I had a dream that
You looked like you were sucking dicks for a second there.
Fatima got shot by one of the neighbours in our old house, and I was in the back garden, like gardening, and she was like, "Ross, you won't believe what the neighbours have just done." And I turned around and literally half of her face was missing. I was like, "Fucking hell!" And then you were like, "Yeah, I need to try and fix it." And she was like putting her face like that, and then trying to like smooth the skin across. And she was like, she was looking at me going, "I could probably get away with it," and then a bit had come off. It was a bit like Death Becomes Her. And then another bit had come off, and I'd be like, she'd be talking, I'd be like, "Sorry, can I just push that?" Skin. Yeah.
You're looking good today, though. Don't worry about it, Fatima.
I'm glad half of my face is not missing, at least not that you can see. It might be. We don't know.
I had a dream. I sound like Martin Luther King there, but all I remember was that I had an addiction to eating AA batteries. And I would sneak into like people's houses and look through the drawers and find AA batteries and eat them. And I knew it was bad for me, but I couldn't stop. I was just addicted to it.
What is that a metaphor for?
I don't know.
I'd really like to know.
We are charged. We are charged for it, or do you just spend the night in the cells?
Yeah, night in the cells, just better recharge for a little bit.
Were there any negatives out of it, or was it all positive?
It's really, but I remember it was the liquid inside the batteries that I like to drink. While
it is nice, like. I put a bit in me mocha pot with the coffee.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, when you have a locket, you get a pack of lockets and you bite into them, and the raspberry or strawberry goodness like honey, isn't it? When you bite into it and it drips down. It was like that.
And it drips down your throat.
Yeah.
We used to incorporate it in drinking games in Barrow, where we'd have a shot of vodka, a balloon, and some battery acid. You'd rub the balloon on your head like that, and then you'd neck the battery acid and just spin around 10 times and see if you can give someone a shock.
The ending to Mandalorian was amazing.
It is a bit disturbing, though,
Baby Yoda. I want him to be my baby. Just gonna put that out there.
That little scrot bag.
It's good to know. It's good to know that your thoughts of childhood are that low.
Yeah, like
You'd
a,
accept
walking
that.
around with a little gangrenous taint under your arm.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Gangrenous.
Who's got another name?
Episode 2, Gangrenous Taint.
He's just a perennium with a nose and a mouth, isn't he?
No.
Look at him, he's so cute.
I'm holding a gangrenous taint in my hands. Not for the first time. Fucking hell. Fatima's number 3.
Okay, so my number 3 was released in 1951. It is, I don't know, it was considered a disappointment on its initial release and then was subsequently shown on TV where it was successful and so was re-released. And then it's got a bit of a cult following. One of my favorite quotes from the film is, "I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then," based on a book. If I tell you any more, you'll know it pretty much instantaneously.
1951.
1951. It's an animated film, if that helps.
Oh.
It's a Disney animated film.
I was going to say, is it black and white? But it probably isn't, is it?
No.
1951. So Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs
Was earlier, wasn't it?
was 19.
40 something.
So but it is still an early Disney film, though, isn't it?
Yeah, 13th release of Disney's animated features.
Pinocchio.
Can I ask something that would be a clue?
Yeah, go on.
Is there a tea party?
There is a tea party, including the Mad Hatter.
So it's a film about the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Very boring. I don't know why they felt like they had to animate and put animals in the Boston Tea Party.
They didn't even have any Earl Grey or scones, so
Scones, yeah.
Scones, yeah, not first class, is it?
What the jam and then the cream or the this is my Boris Johnson, by the way.
That was a fucking shit, Boris Johnson.
Oh, that's a good Boris Johnson. Do you remember that article when he went down? Was he in Cornwall and he was talking about the he was talking about the great scone debate about what goes on first. Is it the cream then jam or jam and cream? And he was going, well, I the jam first and then the cream and then or is it the cream and then the jam? I don't know. It's for you to decide. I put it to the public. I put it for the public to decide. And it
having some kind of fit.
that is Boris Johnson.
Join us next week for Ross's big impression where we're doing Margaret Thatcher.
Also, it's definitely jam first and then cream,
Correct.
just so everyone is aware.
Yeah. I mean, how do you put jam on top of cream?
Yeah, absolute savagery.
I think I went through a stage of trying it, and essentially the cream ends up being like butter.
Yeah.
So if you don't put butter on, you put the cream on, and it sort of spreads out, and then you can put the jam on.
That doesn't sound nice though. It
not
sounds like your cream just goes funny.
well. That's age. But I would.
Simon's been putting up curdled goods for about 15 years.
Your poor wife.
Yeah, but it's amazing on jam.
More like radiator water.
That's the second time you made that joke to me today.
I think the first one was tatty water.
Oh God.
So why are we talking about scones? Why are we talking about?
Boston Tea Party.
Oh right, no, it's Alice in Wonderland. Sorry.
Alice in Wonderland.
I think the more we do this, I think that film is going to crop up more often.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people's favorite. I think it's certainly a lot of people's favorite animated film.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant. I haven't seen it in years, but it's very good.
Yeah. No,
I have a lot of Alice in Wonderland themed things that people keep buying me, which I'm very grateful for. But eventually I have a feeling I'm going to end up with a Mad Hatter outfit, and I'm not sure I want to rock that.
Which one's Ross then?
Alice, an excuse to put a dress on.
I was going to say the Jabberwocky, but sure.
I'll be the scone, just lathered up.
With my cream.
Oh.
Jam and a cream of your choosing.
It's going to be your jam. That's the question.
But I remember at school, we had to pick a book to read out to the class. And I chose the Jabberwocky poem.
How long were your
Okay.
classes? Stand up and read an entire book out loud. Like it was a 15-hour class.
17 weeks. There was one day I phoned in sick and they just sat there in silence waiting for me to turn up. But I chose the Jabberwocky, so I read that. I must have been about 6 or 7. No, but a little bit older probably. And I read the Jabberwocky out to the class because I thought that was. I love the fact that none of it made that much sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, and I thought it. I'll be honest. I think it probably made me sound cleverer than I was.
That's what the Jabberwocky is from.
Yeah.
We had this conversation recently when I said.
And then we decided that it's from Alice in Wonderland.
Did we?
Yeah, because
I remember talking about a Jabberwocky, and I was like, "What the fuck's a Jabberwocky? Is Jabberwocky even a thing? Wherever got that word from?"
so this is the point in the conversation where you zoned out from what I was saying and was looking at your phone instead of actually paying attention. And if you say what, I'm going to come into that fucking shed and punch you.
Sorry, say that again.
If you'd just gone, huh? Huh? What? sorry, I was just looking for something. But no, I think when you think of Disney films, for me that's the one I think of. In regards to the animation and just the way it looks and the sort of style of it, I think all the ones around that sort of time are kind of perfect, aren't they? And I think that is easily one of the best ones they did.
Definitely.
Yeah. What did you think about the Tim Burton ones?
I mean, this is pretty controversial, but I love Johnny Depp. Especially now, it's a little bit more controversial. But I do really like Johnny Depp. It was fucking shit. It was fucking shit. I did not. Yeah, it was a letdown.
Yeah,
absolute letdown. And then the second one that they did was even worse.
Yeah.
I was genuinely devastated that it was Snape's last film. What's his name? Why have I blanked on his name?
With who's the last film?
Who plays Snape? Fucking hell.
Oh, I want to say Rutger Hauer. How have you managed to make me forget his name?
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman, of course it is.
There we go. Genuinely devastated. It was Alan Rickman's last film.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Well, he's literally one of the finest actors we've ever known. And like, Fatima's like, Snape? Rutger Hauer? He's falling in his fucking grave.
How dare you compare me to Rutger Hauer? Rutger Hauer.
It is 5 past the hour.
That was pretty good. I'll give you that.
What a beautiful flower.
Oh, fuck, I was about to say that one.
All right, different spelling. Could you pass me the self-raising flower?
Flower.
Flower.
It's the faces you're both making. Trying to say this.
I like my. I'm getting worse at it now. I've lost it.
Just stop while you were ahead.
I like my puff girls to have power.
Fatima's number 2.
Now it sounds like you burped in the microphone.
Have you got some clues for us?
You, 1993 stop motion animation. I mean, I could give you more clues, but it's a pretty obvious one. It was.
I'm gonna take a guess.
Go on.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
It is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Of course, they play it out for the sake of the listeners.
Sorry. Go on. Give us your clues anyway.
Halloween. No, we're good. I mean, the clues are pretty boring. The moment I said it was produced / conceived by Tim Burton, you would have got it.
Yeah. Never made it through the whole film.
Such a good film.
Pumpkin King. I used to have a Jack the Pumpkin King beanie hat, and it was very trendy at the time because I think Corey Taylor from Slipknot always used to wear one. So all the little moshers, all the little knobheads like me used to want a Jack the Pumpkin King. But I could never get an official one where the actual design was knitted into it. So I had just a plain black beanie with a shitty sticker slapped on the front of it, and over time it starts peeling off, and then you look like even more of a knob.
What is it about that film that people like so much?
I don't really know. I think it's just because the animation was quite good,
right?
And I don't know. I like Tim Burton because Tim Burton's a bit weird.
Yeah,
his films are always a bit strange. I don't know. I don't even like musicals, but I fucking love Disney films. What is that about? What the fuck is that about?
It just says you've got a bad taste in music.
Dare you? How fucking dare you?
That's usually what you can boil it down to, though. It's like I hate musicals, but I do like Disney musicals. So it just means it's very bad.
Yeah, but you say this, but I do fast forward some of the songs on some Disney films because I can't be arsed sitting and listening to them. I'm just like, I want to watch the film, but I don't want to listen to the singing. Fast forward.
I think the whole idea of like a cult film, like what makes a cult film, and The Nightmare Before Christmas is a cult film.
It's definitely a cult film.
And it's like, well, what actually makes a film a cult film? It's got to have its own sort of micro culture around it, where people just invest in not just the film, but the actual universe around it. Yeah. In a way that's not as accessible as like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. Like, you know, that's a world, that's a fictional world that's been created. Whereas something like The Nightmare Before Christmas, it's nowhere near that scale, is it? It's not like, I mean, where was it set? I can't remember. Was it set in
Halloween Town? No, wait.
Halloween Town. Is that where it was set?
No, it wasn't. It was something similar to that, though. I think it was Halloween Town.
But do you know what I mean? Like, it's got its own cult. Like, people don't just like Nightmare Before Christmas; they fucking buzz off it. Like,
I think that's the most off-putting thing. I think you either, I think with that film, you either like it or you're obsessed with it. I don't think there's either you don't like it, or you're obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's an in between. Which is why I wanted to love it, because, you know, up to that point I'd liked every Tim Burton film that he'd done. I thought I still think is amazing. It's just that one film I really, really struggle with. I think you're right with the songs. I think some of the songs,
they're cheesy as fuck.
Yeah, and they go on too long.
Yeah, they're cheesy as fuck and they go on too long. But the film, I don't know. I think it's just one of those films that's just a bit like, it kind of feel good, but not overly feel good. I think that's why I like it.
Saying that, Edward Scissorhands I've not made it through either, so obviously I don't like Tim Burton as much as I thought, but
you made it through Batman though, aren't you?
Oh yeah. I've never seen Batman Returns. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I've seen little bits of it, because that's the Danny DeVito one, isn't it? Yeah, never seen
Michelle
that.
Pfeiffer.
Yeah. Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer.
It's just Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, the shed.
I have got my own shed.
The shed's out there. This ain't the fucking shed.
It shall henceforth be known as the shed.
What will the shed be known as?
The outhouse.
There's no toilet in it.
There can always be a toilet.
Oh God, no.
If today taught me anything.
Oh no! Are you actually going to talk about this on your podcast?
No.
If you thumbed a turd into a test tube, anything could be a toilet for you.
Oh. As a scientist, I have to clarify it was not a test tube.
It was more like a flowered bat. They didn't provide me with a test tube, so I just an old McDonald's barbecue sauce.
Sachet.
And then dipped his chips in it for dinner.
Yeah, you couldn't tell them apart, honestly.
Was it one of them little McDonald's paper cups? You know the trick with them, they're concertina, aren't they, as well?
So you can pull them apart and
so
make
you
them
pull
bigger.
them apart and you get a deeper dish.
Yeah.
So deeper dish next time, Ross.
That's great to collecting your own shit.
I said that to him when I handed it in. I said, "Sorry, it's not a deep dish." All I can do now is just consider yourself lucky I haven't set it on fire.
That you made it sound like some early 90s trance collection. Ross's deep.
You've never seen somebody more disappointed in your life thinking they were getting some vinyl. What they actually got was shit in a Tupperware box.
So just going back over the list, Fatima's number 5 was 28 Days Later. Number 4, Inception. Number 3, Alice in Wonderland, the original 1951 Disney cartoon.
I'm doing all this wrong, Simon. We need to do I'll give you a backing track and you can, do it properly.
Oh, this is Ross's deep dish. Okay, all right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. And number 5 is 28 Days Later. And non-mover at 4 is Inception. And last week's number 1 is now at number 3, Alice in Wonderland, the original 1951 Disney release. A new entry at number 2 is The Nightmare Before Elm Street Christmas. So now, Fatima's number 1. Please.
I literally have one clue for this film because I'll say it and you'll know exactly what the film is. Peter Jackson.
What?
Peter Jackson.
Ah.
Brain Dead.
What? Trilogy.
King
Who
Kong.
sent us the DVDs in the post and made a very specific note that Ross does not sell them because he's a fucking terrible habit of giving things to the charity shop / selling them and then being confused about where the fuck they've gone. Not that this is a bone of contention in our house.
Literally the only person in the world who considers giving to charity a bad habit.
Annoying habit when you decide you want the thing that you've already got rid of because you're in some weird mood of getting rid of all of the shit you own.
So it is King Kong.
Yeah.
Is it the Beatles film that's not released yet that he's done?
Yes, it's all of the above.
I think you can't really go. It is definitely one of the best, isn't it? Like, is it the best trilogy that's ever been made?
I enjoyed it enough that even like 20 years down the line, how old is it? It's about 20 years, isn't it? Yeah. 20 years down the line, I can rewatch it and not think, oh my God, this is dog shit, or think, why is the CGI on this so bad? usually my criticism of films that I rewatch. And the storyline good.
It's aged pretty well.
Yeah.
We haven't even said what the answer is yet.
I was like,
For the listeners, all three of us at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Lord Hobbit.
Of the Rings. Terminator 2. Yeah, it's so we started watching it again last night. and we watched like the first hour or so of the Fellowship, and it's still. I was watching it cautiously, thinking. I mean, I watch them every year. I would say.
No, you don't. That's fucking lie.
Bits and
We've been
pieces,
together for 4 years and you've not seen it once in the 4 years we've been together.
Of course I have. Well, I've seen the ones that I bought that I took to the charity shop and I ordered them off Amazon. Yeah. No, the thing is, Lord of the Rings is one of them that always appears on my phone as well in giant chunks. So it's like I'll get like a 45-minute clip of Return of the King and you start watching it and you just can't stop. It's the first one's probably the one I've seen the least, actually.
The third one is my favourite out of all of them, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the third one's got fucking everything in it, hasn't it?
But the ending annoyed me.
How did you want it to end?
I went to the cinema to watch it and I got up and then I sat back down. And then I got up and then I sat back down because it wasn't quite finished every fucking time.
The ending could have been a fourth installment.
Did you write that Chumbawamba song? No.
I get knocked down.
It's all right. In the edit, I'll put the laugh right next to that.
Right, I tell you what, that's.
Oh, 90s jokes. But no, I think it is strange that. I mean, it is 20 years old now, which is quite scary, and I think. Scarily, The Hobbit doesn't stand up as much as Lord of the Rings does, which it shouldn't do, should it? It should be completely the other way around.
Because it's new.
Yeah, it's obviously not just about the technology, is it?
No,
they were obviously they just fucking nailed it in every way. I mean, the thing is, The Hobbit. I think The Hobbit gets more bad press than it deserves.
Yeah.
I do like The Hobbit, and I do want to watch all of them again. The thing is,
I wouldn't watch them every couple of years like I would do with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, the characters aren't as good. The story isn't as good, and this is the case in the books. The story of The Hobbit just isn't as good as the story of the Lord of the Rings, and the characters aren't as compelling either, and not as much happens.
No.
But he stretched it over 3 films.
Yeah, like it didn't need to be 3 films. You could have had one belter.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing. I mean, really, Lord of the Rings was 3 books into 3 films that could have been 6.
Yeah.
Whereas The Hobbit was one book, and it
stayed as 1 film.
It at best. I mean, it's half a book, really, isn't it? You could read that in an afternoon. Oh, thanks very much. Thanks.
Oh.
Is that a Bailey's? No, it's not a Bailey's.
That is not a Bailey's hot chocolate this time. Thank you very much.
Ross is a little bit obsessed with hot chocolates at the moment.
Yeah, you make a good one. Might have one. I'll have one later.
What we're saying, sorry. But no, and the fact that The Hobbit was 1 book and they stretched that out to 3 films, it just didn't justify it, unfortunately.
No.
And they did try. I mean, there's elements of. I've read bits of the Silmarillion, and there's elements of that in there as well. So they did a good job, but and weirdly, some of the characters in The Hobbit are better than in Lord of the Rings. You know, the dwarfs and things like that. There are some really good characters within there, but
it's just, as a whole, I don't think it's as compelling as Lord of the Rings.
No, and everyone in it is good.
Not as much. Although there is that awesome scene. I think my favourite scene in the Hobbit films, I can't remember which one it was in actually, but it was when Gandalf is in the shit, and then you get Elrond and Saruman who rock up and start kicking ass.
Yeah,
and they have that big fight when Sauron's cronies are all around trying to. And Saruman rocks up and is like, I believe there is a wizard in need of assistance.
See, that's a better impression. That is a much better impression. You can obviously do... Is that supposed to be Christopher Lee?
Yes.
Yeah, that's better.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Once again, we need to write some fan fiction where where I want to say Rutger Hauer again. Why am I doing that? Fucking hell. So,
he's going to be on Rutger Hauer.
Yeah, Alan Rickman and Christopher Lee have a monologue together. We could do that.
Yeah,
somewhere completely different with this fan fiction.
Yeah.
I thought you were just going to kind of put in a little bit of homoeroticism in there, but sure.
Well, it's implied anyway, isn't it?
I gave you the choice, Gandalf, yet you have chosen death. Although there is one part in the Lord of the Rings.
I said went so
It went so high. It was like, and then I got lots of flowers and posies and everything like that. We got some daisies in the corner. It was lovely. We all like lilies, don't we? Don't we all like lilies?
9 rings. Chance would be a fine thing. It comes in paints. I'm getting one.
It comes in paints. I'm getting one.
It comes in paint. What's that? This is a pint. It comes in paint. It comes in paint. It comes in. Oh, fuck it.
Shall I get the pint, Mr. Wayne?
It comes in pints. No, the bit when Frodo falls and he goes to catch the ring and it lands. It falls on his finger. It's like, fuck off.
I was going to say, in a million times, if we practiced that, that would never happen.
It'd
wouldn't
go
it?
bouncing under the table and you'd never see it again.
Right, he'd end up swallowing it and choking on it or something. You know, it's just never going to.
Dick instead of his finger.
Well, don't bring dicks into it. This is a family podcast.
Olivia just
Right, sure it is.
Lower the tone to a dick theme.
Oh, we're going quite well. We've done 25 minutes without mentioning penises.
Let's be little hobbitses.
Oh, here we go. Come on, Ross. Here it comes.
I need to think of a good phrase. Give me something long that Gollum says.
Where he talks about no, she can kill them or something.
We can take them to see her. Yes, we can see them. Yeah, we will take them, and she will eat them. Eat them. Yeah.
My voice is breaking. It's getting harder.
It terrifies me that this is the man that I have to go to bed with tonight.
Well, technically 2 men.
Apparently 2 men. Fucking hell.
It's it. What's titles, precious?
I think you've broken Simon.
Wants it.
Oh.
Titles?
Don't tell me that's not pitch perfect.
That is absolutely perfect.
That is pretty fucking bad.
Do it one more time. Go on.
Kills your throat.
Titles?
No, thank you very much, Fatima. That was amazing.
You're welcome. I'm glad my film choices weren't judged too harshly.
We never do, unless you're Lewis.
Oh yeah. What
Although-
Boltor? Fucking Boltor. What the fuck?
I love the fact that you say it like Lewis does as well. It's Bolto, but it's Boltor.
Boltor.
It's an animated dog film. You should love
You
it.
probably end up really liking it. Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have to give it a go.
All right. Yeah, you should. I think we both are at some point.